Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football here at Happy State Bank Stadium in Canyon, Texas, here with the 3A Division II by-district champion head coach, the Canadian Wildcats, Coach Andy Cavalier, after a 53-6 win over the Muleshoe Mules to advance to the area round of the playoffs for, I think, Lance Launert said the 23rd year in a row. Incredible streak, and congrats to you and your kids.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. 23 in a row is certainly special. That's a lot of people that went into getting to number 23, that's for sure. So feel good about tonight. Now, just one step in the direction we want to go. So here we go. You got to win round one to get to round two.
Yeah.
Feel good about our performance tonight.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like a complete performance across the board. Your offense, obviously, you put up 53 points. Your offense, Julian had a great game. Your quarterback, Clay Kendall, had a nice game. I thought your offensive line did a good job as well. Defense shutting down that offense. And I know they got some guys out, but they're still a potent attack.
Absolutely.
And then you even got some special teams plays as well. So you, as a coach, I know you love to see all three phases chipping in, right?
Absolutely. We feel like it takes all three phases to be great. I think the difference in the game was probably up front for us tonight. I felt like both sides of the ball, we controlled the line of scrimmage, and when you're able to do that, that tends to kick things your way. And the line of scrimmage kind of asserts itself even more come playoff time when the weather gets cold and you got to win those games against really good people on the other side of the field. You got to be solid up front and win those battles. I mean, guys like us like to talk about the skill players, but I know coaches, you guys, it's up front. Those games are won up front in November and December, right? Absolutely. If you can run the ball when you need to, and you can stop the run when you need to, you're going to have things go your way. There's lots of other aspects to a game, but that right there is foundational. I think doesn't change, and I feel like we have as good as offensive line as we've had in Canadian, and if we can just keep ourselves in games, that those guys are going to give us a good chance when it comes to time.
This team, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster on the field and off the field for you guys this year. First, starting on the field, it looks like you guys, every coach wants their team to be peaking going into the playoffs. I mean, you guys went through some trials and tribulations, some uncharacteristic losses but the standard is so high in Canadian. One loss, and everyone's like, "Oh man, what's going on? What's wrong with Canadian?" But
including me,
it looks like you guys are starting to peak at the right time. Do you get the feeling that your kids, your ball club is kind of gelling and come together, and you're kind of on that upward trajectory going into these rounds of the playoffs?
I think so. I think we played a really tough non-district schedule. Those losses were
guys aren't lining up to play you, are they?
No, they weren't lining up to play us. But Sunray, Shallowater, Bushland, those are three really good teams.
Yes.
And
there might be 2 losses combined between those three.
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like the refining that we were able to do from that is going to pay off for us. And I think that as we started our district competition, we were a better football team because of those games. Win or lose, we were able to learn things from those and figure out what we're good at and what we need to focus on both sides of the ball. And we're just trying to continue that process. So yeah, we did have some uncharacteristic losses, maybe because we had a uncharacteristically harder schedule than we've had previously. But there's some good football teams out there, and now we're trying to be one that's remaining.
Final question on that note, off the field, you guys have battled a lot of injuries, some other medical issues. I know with some key guys, the resiliency of your kids, and I know it starts with your senior leadership, but just tell us. I know you got to be so proud of how resilient this team is and the things they've gone through to continue this tradition of great football in Canadian.
Absolutely. We've had quite a few things to overcome. Some of those things self-inflicted, and then some of them out of our control. And that's kind of the way life comes at you, right? You start bobbing and weaving through whatever shows up and try to do your best, make your next best move after whatever it is. And a lot of times once you come through that stuff, it allows you to be stronger than you were before. For us on the field, as we had those injuries, some other guys had to step in there and play. Then as you start to get those people back, if you do, you're kind of doubly strong in those. You got another person that's experienced and had a lot of reps in there. So I hope that we're doing just like you say, and I do feel like we're as good a team as we've been this whole year right now, and that's where you want to be.
Coach will let you get to it. I know it's Thursday night. You got to be at school tomorrow, so congrats to your kids, and hopefully we'll see you down the road.
Thank you, Matt.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay.